I went to the garden today, and today we're going to go do some taste testing on Loquat trees. Got 3 different varieties we're going to be testing. The first one is going to be Barbi. This is the only in-ground we're going to be tasting because it's the only one that produced any fruit, and it produced 1 fruit. And that's right here.
Like a doll?
Yes, with an eye. Okay. So we'll cut this one off. It starts trying to rain on us. Oh, it's got a big seed. Got lots of seed. Keep these seeds. Yeah, that's the only ones I got that's this flavor. If you're gonna do seeds on them, you don't want the seeds to dry out. So don't pick them and wait a couple of days. And it's starting to rain on us just a little bit.
Oh, that's tart.
Not quite right. You got rid of a tart one like that. Saturday I'm going to put the rest of them in. This is a sweet variety. So if you taste a Loquat and it's really tart, it wasn't quite ripe yet, okay? Let's go over the other one over here. And I know it's going to be, ripe because he's been ripe for a little while. A lot of times I think people that say they don't like the flavor is he got a tart one without realizing that, you know, it just needs a little bit more. You want to cut it, you can. Or? Got a little bit of bad spot right here. Do not feed it to the dog. You've done stuff like that before, and then they like it. Then they go attack the fruit trees.
Just because she likes blueberries.
So this one has more of a complex sweet taste, a little bit complex.
Bad spot. Oh yeah. That's better. That's a lot better.
Now Yehuda is the flavor of is this one. Yeah.
Come down pretty good.
Well, you might want to hurry up then. Then over here, and this is champagne. Normally these are bigger than this. And she goes the wrong side. No one. Why'd you go all the way around? You have to walk right here. And some people will peel them. I never do. This doesn't have the depth of flavor, but it is sweet, and as I know,
it is more refreshing.
It is more refreshing.
That's good. Wish you could have the Barbi without it being ripe.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing. I did see a little bit green on it, but when you only got 1 fruit, you almost tend to always get early because the squirrels have not bothered any of this stuff yet, but they're starting to move in. I've got to take care of them. One thing I will show here is the corn. Okay.
Because it's hard to breathe out here.
She had a hard time breathing when the high humidity. And, you know, and one guy said, we got a 7% chance of rain today. So yeah, but this is kind of what we're getting. I mean, that don't help anything. It does help the fungus attack the peaches and stuff like that. So, which is a bad thing. Here's where we planted the corn, and it's done. It's coming up doing well. There's the transplants we've done, I guess, yesterday. They're all looking good. Back to figs looking better now than it did before. This looks pitiful, and it's going to look that way for about a week, but it'll be fine. And then over here's the other corn. So I guess the dog didn't really cause much damage, but on those. And this is going to be that black corn that we did. So, you know, there that is. The stuff that we transplanted yesterday, so you get to see it pretty early. I did leave the fruit on them. You know, if it's smaller fruit, I wouldn't do it. But these are extras. It's not my main crop. This here is a Barbados cherry, and it is finally starting to put on the fruit, but that's how it does it. The fruit goes on the back side of it, rather than, a lot of times you see the fruit come out the front. So, another month or so, we should get the fruit off of it. It does have a mild, no, it's not Barbados, this is a cherry Rio Grande. Barbados cherry, I don't like. Some people do, and that's what's hard. When people talk about, what they like or dislike on a fruit, the flavor is subjective, so everyone tastes something different, and different fruit. Like I say, that Barbi fruit, the time we have gotten enough of it, was usually very sweet, but that one was picked early, so it was tart. So we didn't really get to a good taste test on that one. But this is very cold tolerant. It's sat here for, I guess, at least 5 years. It went through Snowmageddon and went through this Christmas freeze. It got bit back. Now, when it gets bit back hard on those hard freezes, when we get down to, 12 degrees, it won't make that next year because it dies back. But it'll die back, this far. But years we don't get really cold, we got down to 20, and it's producing fruit. Like I say, it's now rooted in. Last time I talked, I said it hadn't rooted in because last spring or whatever, I'd moved it around. I looked and it was still kind of whopped, it hadn't rooted in. But I had a commenter, one of viewers commented saying that it, had it rooted to the ground. And I was going to say no, but I thought, well, before I say no, let me go check. And sure enough, you see the roots coming out the hose, going into the ground. And it kind of made sense because last year was the first year I didn't get dieback on this. If you see your leaves dying back on the tips, that's a sign it's not getting, that's the first thing that's going to happen when it's not getting enough moisture. And last year it didn't do that very bad because it was getting some moisture from the ground. So actually it's a good thing. It's just now that tree's going to be there. It'd be extremely difficult to move it, and we put it through a lot of shock. And really that's not a bad spot for it. But sometimes that'll happen. And that's one reason this pot, it took it 4 or 5 years for it to happen. It'll happen almost yearly on these fabric pots. So that's what I don't like about fabric. Two bad things about fabric pots for me. First, it lets tree roots get into the pot, or the tree, what you're getting, get out. And what happened is the roots get into it and they suck all the moisture out. You don't notice it, and you wonder how come the plant's not doing well. Because all the nutrients and all the water's been sucked out by a big tree. And the second thing I don't like about it is they drain so fast and lose water so fast. Yes, that's a good thing, but the mix that I use for my these tubs doesn't work very well in a fabric pot. So in fact, I quit putting, if I'm gonna put them in a fabric pot, I quit putting perlite in it because I'm not having a problem with drainage. I'm having a problem with it draining too quickly. So, but anyway, one thing I want to say on the Loquats, in case you didn't see the other video, I talked a little bit about it. Some people ask how long it takes to produce the fruit. That tree there is probably about 4 or 5 years old. It's been in a pot. It's made, I think it's probably made 3 or 4 times out of that 5 years. So it made really quickly. The Barbi fruit started setting fruit. Now it's only made twice. and it was like the second year that was in a bucket it made. And I had like 2 or 3 years, a couple of years there, which we didn't get really cold here. So I said, hey, I'll put it in the ground. And then every year after that, we started getting a lot of cold weather. But it was still setting fruit. It was putting out the flowers, it set the fruit, and it would die back. So it wouldn't die back. The fruit wouldn't make it because it freeze. So, you know, that tree though, that Barbi tree's probably been in the ground no more than 5 years. The big one I've got out in the garden is no more than 5 years. I think I planted the same year. I planted all of them, and so they're all 5 years old, and they started producing. I did notice that the gold nuggets spent an extra year to start making. I did do some internet research really quick, and they're saying 4 to 6 years. I have heard some people say it took 10 years, but I think that would be if you grew it from seed, and because that first seed, those plants only get about this tall. And then people got, you know, and then next year they'll get on up taller, so then you plant. So that's already 2 years old. And then, you know, this tree over here is probably, you know, and it's been grown in a pot, got too much nitrogen on, that's why it's so tall and gangly. Probably should cut it off and let it come up, but I may put it in the ground. But it's probably been 3 years old, maybe 4, and hasn't bloomed yet. I think it's going to bloom this next year, this coming fall. But, you know, some tree like this, yes, it may take you 4, 5, 6 years. The other thing that I've noticed is they don't compete with other trees very well, because I'd planted that champagne over there in the ground, about where it's at now, and it had these big trees. They never would grow. And then I took it out and just threw it in that pot, and it grew fine. So I think if you put them in the ground, buy a big tree, you know, that one over there is a little bit further away, and it did okay. But I don't think they really like it. And it's not near as big as the gold nugget. Now it's a different variety, so that could be, you know, that could be part of it. But I really think that it just doesn't like to compete against other trees. So if you started from a seed, put it in the ground, you know, and went that route with it, and had a lot of trees around when you plant it, it might take 6 to 8 years, but normally it's going to take 3 to 4 years. And it would surprise me if you bought a grafted tree, I would expect it to put on blooms. If not that, if you plant it now, I'd expect it to bloom this fall. If not, the fall after that. If you put it in a pot, usually pots they'll go ahead and produce. Now some people say, do you need cross-pollination? With some of them you do, some of them you don't. Some of them will produce without cross-pollination, others won't. I think champagne is actually one that needs cross-pollination. So you may want to get you a couple of trees. You got to get different varieties when you do that. Some people make the mistake, they'll say, hey, you need to have 2 trees. People say you need to have 2 trees for cross-pollination, like on a plum, and they'll get the same variety. That don't work, because technically that's the same tree, just you got different roots on it. And a lot of your plum trees need cross-pollination. Some people say, well, my plum tree's not producing. You probably need a different variety that blooms at the same time for cross-pollination. Peaches, there's only 1 or 2 peach trees that need cross-pollination. The rest of them are self-pollinated, though they will set a bigger fruit load if you have a second tree. That may be the thing about Loquats. Now this cherry of the Rio Grande, I never had a problem with its seeding. I have had trouble with the lychee. You know, it doesn't set fruit good, and I got a feeling it's because it doesn't have cross-pollination. So I got me a second tree. This year, the old original tree decided not to bloom, and I have complained about that, and I'll probably continue to complain about it because I thought, got this fixed. You do have to have them bloom at the same time. Blueberries the same way. On the rabbit eye blueberries, you need to have some cross-pollination, though they will produce a very small crop without, you know, if you just have 1 blueberry and it puts on a few blueberries, they'll do that, but they'll never put on a heavy crop. Anyway, starting to ramble a little bit. Thanks for watching, and have any other questions about Loquats? I've gotten 5 or 6 varieties, and I may even try to do some grafting on them. I've not grafted before, but they say it's pretty easy to graft them. So I am trying to put some of the seeds in there to try. Some of them will go ahead and let them grow up in the regular trees, and other ones I will cut and try to graft. Anyway, Thanks for watching. See y'all next time.